Hello and welcome to True North EV. I am James and I am actually here over at Winnipeg Hyundai. I was here yesterday with Luna the Kona, getting her recall checkup, and everything came out okay. They did a BMS update, and let's see if I got the paperwork in here. Believe it was a VCULA module. It was some really fancy name. And of course that was the one paper I did not bring. But that's all good. So we were there. They got it all checked out. We actually took about, I want to say, an hour and a half to get all checked out and updated, which was fine. I got to wander around and check out the multitude of Kona electrics they have. They have Kona electrics in the showroom. They have Kona electrics on the little sidewalk pad right here. And they have Kona electrics in 2 out of 3 rows. It's Kona Electric City. Now, we are going to see. Maybe I'll go out and take a wander, and we shall see if we can find more electrics. So, the Kona electric that they actually have out here on their little sidewalk, they actually are offering it for a 48-hour loaner. No obligation. You're not forced to buy. I think all you need is your license and all that. Kind of prove that you legally are allowed to drive. It's a preferred Kona electric. It's a new one, 2020 I believe it is. But yeah, fantastic. So same as mine. Mine's a preferred. That one's a preferred. Mine's a 2019. That one's a 2021 Kona electric. So it has pretty much all the same as mine. So nothing super different about it, but they have a multitude of Kona electrics here that I'm assuming are for sale. I'm going to actually be contacting them on Monday to see how many are for sale and how many are already sold, because I believe it was 11 I counted. They are I've actually started dealing with Winnipeg Hyundai for all my Kona needs, I guess. They actually seem, they'll never claim to know everything, but they listen. And they have actually called me multiple times to essentially, this is what we're seeing. Is this how it was for you? So it's, at least we can then be on the same page. So I do love that. I don't need them to know everything. But even when we finally get to a point where it's, okay, this is what I'm seeing, this is what you're seeing, this is what's happening type deal, and we can agree on how we kind of match our stories essentially, then they go and figure out what's wrong and actually fix it, which I love. That's the way it should be. I don't need everybody to have the answers. I don't need everybody to know everything. I just need them to be willing to listen and learn, right? So with the Konas that they do have, they got black, they got red, they got white, and they got gray. They all have fancy names to them. The only one I really know is Galactic Gray, because that's mine. So they got a bunch of Kona electrics and a bunch of regular old boring gas Konas. My recall, they did check it out. They did updates, and as far as the battery goes, no issues with the batteries. They told me that they have yet to have any Konas that actually required a new battery, because that's what the recall essentially is checking out. It's checking to see, again, as I said on the last episode, I never actually park in a garage anyways, so part of the recall said make sure to park outside, not in a garage and all that, so nothing changed for me. I noticed after the update, I actually did get more range, so I'm not sure if part of the update, they gave me a little more of the buffer, because so we're claiming a 64 kilowatt battery pack, but I think I read somewhere that it's actually like 69, 70 kilowatts, somewhere in there. So I'm not sure if they've given us a little more, kind of like Audi did. All I know is I got more range, and I was happy with that. So that's kind of it for my Hyundai Kona experience. I know the dealership that I purchased from initially was the one that called me and tried to do it, and I just changed it over here. It's a little farther from my house, but again, they listen and learn. So if you have either an Ioniq electric or a Kona electric, I would highly recommend you come to Winnipeg Hyundai. I actually do know people that have purchased the Ioniqs, or a Ioniq, from here. And I know somebody else, they purchased their Ioniq from out east, had it shipped to Winnipeg Hyundai. Winnipeg Hyundai did all the safety inspection and all that. Essentially got it all ready for their delivery. Kind of charged it all up for them. And I'm not sure how much extra over the safety if they charged. Or if it was kind of just them being nice. Which they are. So, but yeah, got it all ready for them. And they just had to come pick up. And they drove it out to almost Brandon. I think they're a half hour outside of Brandon. So about an hour and a half from Winnipeg. And yeah, no issues with that for them. Again, we have chatted with people though that have gone all the way across Canada and back in an Ioniq. So even with the shorter range, it's not going to make a big difference. So yeah, it's doable. So we are going to go maybe see what some of the other dealerships around here might have for electrics. We are going to maybe see if we can find one of the new Nissan Leafs at a Birchwood Nissan dealership. So just on it to say how much it is. Dirty white car. But it is still a Nissan Leaf. I know they regularly, the BMW dealership here regularly actually keeps a couple of electric, either i8s or i3s kicking around here. So I'm noticing also at the Nissan dealership here, they do have a level 2. So did the Jaguar dealership. They had a level 2 there also. And actually, here's a second Nissan Leaf, also on their sidewalk. So at least they're giving them sort of the attention that they sort of deserve. So yeah, but they have a level 2 charger here. But I'm noticing they looks like almost intentionally block it so that you can't use it. I have now moved over to the BMW side of this complex, and they do have level 3 a charger here, which actually they have actually multiple level 2 chargers. It looks like they got one in their delivery area. So if you do buy a BMW i3, i8, maybe a used electric from these guys, they will have it all nicely charged up for you. They also have level 3 CCS charger here, which is fantastic. It's by charge point. Level 2 over there, and then actually around the corner, kind of in, I guess, the front of the building, they actually have 2 level 2 charge point charging locations. Yeah, so they do have multiple chargers. So this location, kind of, this Point West, I think it's called Point West Auto Park, is great if you're even kind of skirting around Winnipeg. You do have level 3 chargers. If you're looking to spend a longer time here, they do have quite a bit of level 2 chargers available. Yeah, Point West Auto Park. So there is a few electrics available there if you're interested. Nothing out of, I believe there's probably 10 or so dealerships there. Not one of them had the numbers that Winnipeg Hyundai had for their Kona electrics. So Winnipeg Hyundai, which is actually just down the block from these guys, they are way more EV friendly. Much bigger Birchwood dealerships. I know even the Birchwood Hyundai dealership, when I gave them a call to see if they had any Hyundai Konas in, and they basically said they're not even certified to sell the Konas yet, the Kona electrics yet. So if you're not motivated to even get certified, you're not motivated to attempt to sell them, it's not really high on their priority list, where Winnipeg Hyundai seems to be really high on the priority list. Even going on Facebook, they have a lot of those sponsored ads are basically talking about the Winnipeg Hyundai Kona 48-hour loaner Kona that they have. So it's awesome to see a dealership actually kind of putting their money where their mouth is, which I love. It's getting close to Christmas time, so we had to pick up a candy cane hot chocolate. So from Tim Hortons. So we had to go do a little Timmy run. So we are gonna go onto the highway. We're gonna, so right now, actually, so I have 369 kilometer range. I'm at 83% for my battery, and it is +2. And so actually, when I initially, left my house today, I don't plug in. It was fully charged. I charged it up Thursday night, going into Friday, which is my normal once a week charging. So it was fully charged Friday. We've done a bunch of little minor errands, and so yeah, we are sitting at 369 kilometers left to go, which even when it's -20, I get on the highway even at least 250-ish kilometers. So this should still take me all the way till, I charge up usually at 50%, so it will probably still be next Thursday that I finally plug in again. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so we are and we will go and see if the Audi dealership has any e-trons. I know they also have a level 3 charger there. So if you are, let's say, coming from outside of Winnipeg and wanting to go to the IKEA to pick up whatever great IKEA paraphernalia you would like, there is a level 3 charger almost across the street from it. There's the Audi dealership is right there. And you can charge up, walk across if you need a quick charge. IKEA also does have, I believe it's 5 or 6 level 2 chargers. So you can charge up level 2 if you don't need much charge. But if you need a quick charge, yeah, Audi does have level 3 charging available. Right now, Fort White Center, which is right around there, right around IKEA and all that, it's kind of a nice little outdoor trail area, nature escape area. I used to actually volunteer there. They have a farm there with chickens, pigs, rabbits. Actually have worms for vermicompost there. So, and actually bees is the other thing they have there at the farm. So the farm's all connected, but they also have level 2 charger there. Plus they have a Tesla charger. So actually, or 2 Tesla destination chargers, I believe. So yeah, if you're looking to kind of do a little nature walk or whatnot, or learn a little bit about that area, and I would highly recommend that. When I took the e-tron for a drive, what they like to do, even at the Audi dealership, is they'll let customers just take it for, like, Audi has it as essentially a service loaner vehicle. So when your gas Audi is getting worked on, you can borrow the e-tron, and you essentially, again, like the Kona, right? It's showing it's doable in your actual real world driving, right? And especially with us coming up to winter time, it doesn't feel like it right now. All our snow is melting, just the wet roads. But that's the big question. That's what I always hear, is the winter, right? The winter hit. And when you get dealerships that are actually loaning out their vehicles to customers to show them that, hey, the winter hit doesn't matter as much. Yes, there's somewhat of a hit, but like, I got my heated seat on right now, I got my steering wheel turned on, and I got my heat turned all the way down, as low as it will possibly go. So, and I'm wearing essentially just a hoodie, so essentially a sweater. That's all. I got a t-shirt and a sweater essentially on. So it's not like I'm all bundled up. It's with the heated seat on. Feels great on my back. I do have back issues, so it feels great on my back. Plus, I get that warmth. When you're, as we like to say in Manitoba Electric Vehicle Association, when your back and your butt feel warm, and your hands, then your whole body feels a lot warmer. There's other things that you can even get to make yourself that will use less power, that makes you feel warm, right? There's a plug-in, like 12-volt plug-in heated blankets, which, especially in the Kona, would be good for the back seat people, because the back seat doesn't have heated seats or anything. So if you want to be nice to your backseat people, or, going on a longer trip or whatnot, then, maybe get a heated blanket for them. And they're really not that bad. I've seen them anywhere from about $40 to about $100. It seems like most of the different prices come from, there's some smaller ones and some bigger ones. So depending on what size you're looking for, kind of is how much you'll be paying. Really reasonable, especially if, let's say, you do a lot of longer road trips in the winter. You're doing those regular 250, 300 kilometer trips. Maybe then you want to actually splurge and get the blanket and turn down the heat, keep it nice and cool, especially here in going from Winnipeg to Brandon, so Highway 1, in the winter time, when there's mostly fields on either side of the highway. So in the winter time, the snow likes to blow over the highway. And so the highway sometimes get actually closed because visibility is so poor there. But, so if you're concerned about that, I would also say plug in at every charger possible. So if you're coming from Brandon, come out of Brandon fully charged and plug in at Portage La Prairie and charge up and keep going. But yeah, always have the most amount of charge you can, just in case you are stuck there for a while. But I would say that about a gas vehicle. If you have a gas vehicle and you're doing that, I would say leave with a full tank. When you get to Portage or whatever, or gas up. So I don't find having an electric vehicle any different than, my driving style really isn't any different than when I had a gas vehicle to an electric. It's winter conditions, you gotta change how you drive. You can't necessarily just, you have to drive prepared, right, for whatever conditions might happen. Kind of like you throw a shovel in the winter, you change up what you have in the vehicle. I normally do travel, I wear just a hoodie and all that, but I'll throw in winter jackets, hats, mitts, toques, all that, so in case something does happen, I'm set, right? You might as well be over prepared and not need it than under prepared and require something, right? But yeah, that's just been my feeling. That's how I operate, and I haven't had an issue yet. And I know even with this past year, I did a couple of longer distance winter road trips, more than I normally do. Normally winters I usually just stick around in the city. There's nowhere really I need to go. We'll do little jaunts to what's called Steinbach. It's about 50 kilometers, so about a half hour away, around Christmas time, just because we normally picked up our Christmas tree from there. But since having the little one, we have gone with an artificial tree. Last year, just coming up to the Audi dealership, it's actually kind of a neat little place because it is just next to a new mall we have here. So they do have 2 plugins. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I think it was just 1 level 3 plugin. And it's kind of a mixed bag whether or not it is actually whether or not it's blocked. Sometimes it's blocked, and sometimes I've driven past and it hasn't been blocked. So, but they also, on the other side, kind of right next to, if you guys ever come to Winnipeg or are in Winnipeg, right next to Keniston there, they do have level 2 plugins there. So there is chargers available if you absolutely do require them. Seen any e-trons here, so it might be good. Maybe they sold it, maybe they're, because I know they did have, last month they had 2 available, so hopefully they sold them. Audi dealership here is also another the sales manager is very EV friendly. After this little drive around, I think I'm gonna wrap it up, and you guys can let me know if you like it, didn't like it, if this is something you guys would like, is maybe the dealership check, see if we can see how many cars are actually available in Winnipeg and surrounding area. Maybe check new plugins as they come, new chargers as they come, right? Or, chargers that are there kind of in hidden spots. But yeah, if this is something that you guys like, don't like, let me know. Shoot me an email, truenorthev@gmail.com. Also, you guys can, on Facebook, I'm truenorthev. On Twitter, it's, I believe, EV_North. So Twitter, and as I said, and YouTube. I actually just put a video up not too long ago talking about all the Konas at Winnipeg Hyundai. I would also recommend you guys go check out Kilowatt Podcast and EV Resource Podcast. Well, EV Resource and Kilowatt, go check out their Twitter pages. EV Resource, I know, is on Facebook also. But those guys are way more knowledgeable on the news side of things. I'm just here mostly talking about my Kona. I kind of do some of these other odd trips and trying to change it up a little bit. I had the week off, so I've been trapped inside the house doing housework. So, yeah, feel free to check it out. Email me, tweet me, Facebook message me, telling how much you hate this or like it, or if there's something you guys want me to go check out or do or whatnot. There's a couple of things I do have in the works that we're going to see how that goes. And yeah, just little teasers out there. So hope you guys have a great week. Hope you guys had a great week previously. And we'll talk to you guys later. Toodles.